Welcome to Arts and Crafts with Luba Carlson, and in today's episode, we're gonna work on a spread that I call Let It Go. Everybody goes through a whole lot, a big range of emotions, and sometimes we have a lot of negative emotions that we keep storing in our body and we do not let them go. We do not release them, and we just keep carrying the feeling of whatever it was in us. And that feeling can be pretty heavy. And of course, it is always better to let it go, release, and reset. So in this page, we will create a background first with maybe a Sharpie marker, or maybe you'd like to use an acrylic paint marker, and just maybe jot down the negative things that are bothering you. Sometimes it's easier to not even write words per se, but kind of make stick people, like little shapes that represent the feeling, that show what it feels like on the inside. And then when we're done with that, we're going to use acrylic paints and we're going to use a palette knife to create an abstract painting right on top of everything that's going on, to kind of show that there is hope and things can change, and bright colors can cover darker colors, and at the end of a storm there is a rainbow. So that's kind of the point of what we're doing today. So again, as I said, I'm going to be using a Sharpie marker. You need to make sure, this is something that you really want to be certain of, that the marker you're using or a pen you're using is waterproof. If it's just water resistant, it will still smudge. When we write and create things in black, they need to be able to stay on paper so that when we put wet paint on it, they're not smudging, and black is not being added to the colors that we're using here. As you notice, I do have black here. Sometimes artistically, creatively, we are called to just use black, and there's nothing wrong with that. If it's something that helps you cover the page better, then do that. Use your black, and then maybe go back to your bright colors and put some bright colors right on top of that black after the black dries completely. I would also suggest adding a little bit of white to your paint if you choose to go with black as your kind of background worker here. So let's say we have things going on, and this marker is acrylic paint marker, so it will dry as paint and it will not be brought back or revived by wet paint. It's been sitting in the box forever though, so I'm trying to, yep, it works. I was trying to make sure I don't make a mark on my tablecloth. Okay, so thinking, all the sad things and maybe heavy things, what's happening, what's bothering you? Well, I'm just gonna go with images here. Let's say just a sad face. Why not? That's how I feel, right? These are just suggestions. You can use any images, anything that you find that talks to you, okay? Okay. Maybe there is issues, I don't know, children's school. I'm just trying to come up with things, right? So I'm just gonna draw a building. It's just symbols. It really, yeah? And I'm thinking, oh, well, school could do better. I kind of like my marker being doing this kind of scratchy thing. I'm gonna keep it like that. Maybe money is a problem, so I'm just gonna put some some of that. Maybe health is a problem. What symbols would you use for health? I don't know. I'm thinking my first like thought is the red cross, but it's going to be a black one because I'm using a black marker. Right? Maybe there is a broken heart issue, so I can do like a one part and the other part of the heart in here. Okay, maybe there is a lot of sadness, and this is a kind of heavy a little bit, right? It's getting heavy, but I think we all need to work on that once in a while, on the heavy. So this is supposed to be a teardrop. Doesn't really, maybe it's not looking like one, but to me it is, right? Oh my goodness, maybe I'm concerned because there's been a lot of ugly weather and tornadoes are really not my thing. They bother me, so I'm gonna put it there. Lots of rain, not my thing. That's my rain. And the more you do this kind of exercises, the easier it is to realize what it is that's sitting in and is really bothering you that we're not letting go of. Okay. Well, the whole, like all the unrest in the world, everything that's happening. So I'm just gonna use words. Unrest. That's bothering me, right? Hunger in the world. I think this is plenty. What do you think? I think this is plenty. Okay, so now I really want this to dry. I'm just gonna do that. It will dry pretty fast. This kind of ink dries pretty fast. I feel like there's maybe a little bit on the teardrops. I'm just gonna flip this over and pat it. Oh, it was dry actually. Look at that. Okay, and so now I want to change this. I want to change how I feel. I want to change how I see the world because there are so many beautiful things in the world. There's so many things to be grateful for. There's so many blessings. And this is not the center of the life. It's not the center of my life. So I'm going to use the bright colors that make me happy. I'm gonna go for yellow first because I really like the yellow. I really like bright colors. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my palette knife. If you do not have a palette knife, you can use an old credit card. Just doing the same thing, you're gonna put a little bit of paint on the edge. Here, I'm gonna take this off so it's not sticking. Okay. Changed my hands because I need to use my dominant hand to spread the paint onto my palette knife. Just like this. Okay. And then I'm going to set it down on the paper and just scrape in any direction I want. Just like that. Maybe add some more. And just spread, make a thin layer. Okay, wipe this off. Switch to your other color. And you can use as many colors as you like. You can just keep layering and layering and layering. Just make sure that, oh, that didn't shake. Gotta shake them. The only thing you want to make sure of is that if you want the colors to not blend in, then you're going to want to make sure that they are dry. The layers need to be dry in between, which is why I'm making very thin layers here. Okay, so maybe just go this way. Oh, that went on the next page. Let's clean this up a little. That's okay. That's all right. It's all good. Okay, that's enough of that color. What should we try next? Let's get some blue. It looks like I might have to divert to some black because it's not gonna completely cover. I'm just trying to get it. There we go. Come on. Come on out. There we are. Maybe add some more color right here. Curious, right? How many times can we do that? As many times as we want to. I'm gonna go with phthalo green. This is such a pretty color. Nope. Really full bottle here, so kind of did that. Let's just go across again. How about this one? Add some teal. It's very similar to phthalo green. Okay, let's see. What haven't I used? I haven't used the bright red. We can do that. Do the full rainbow. Oh. Yep, this is why you always open these bottles away from yourself, because once you shake it, they might make a mess. Okay. How about that? Let's see. Just keep adding, okay? So I am going to try and add a little bit of black to this, just for the sake of an experiment, because this is interesting to me, right? Oh. Okay, here we go, and I do not want to have a lot, so I'm not sure. Here, let's go here. I'm just gonna add a couple teeny tiny dots to this, because I do not want to have a whole lot of black, but I want to be able to kind of hide some things, right? because it works. Let's try again. A little bit more this time. Ooh, that's a lot of black. But it helps. It really helps. Okay, let's have this dry. So I'm moving this paint a little bit in and out. I really want it to dry. Okay, now, oops, okay. So here we go again. Wipe it off the best you can. And now let's add some more color. Let's start layering. So we're gonna make, I'm gonna go back to the spots of the same color, and it'll just make it a little bit brighter. Okay, so that was phthalo red. I really want to add a little bit more of cobalt blue to this. Oh. All right. Maybe some more yellow. I need to make sure, if I don't want to make orange, I need to make sure that it's dry. Oh my gosh, I just changed hands and I'm thinking, why is it not working for me? Well, because my left hand doesn't know what it's doing. Okay, going from here up. And then let's do a little bit more of yellow. So this whole process should be absolutely intuitive. You should be adding colors to this page as they feel. It doesn't really matter if the colors go together. Like, you don't need to worry about composition and value and, you know, the right contrast, the wrong contrast. Like, am I doing this good? Should I be not doing this? This is all about trying things and just, you know, just putting the color on and seeing what's going to happen. As long as we allow layers to dry in between, what you get is a whole lot of different colors shining through, giving different perspective on what's happening on the page. Now, I'm sorry for doing this, but that's like the best way right now to allow some of this to dry so that I can add some more color. Yeah, it's not about making this perfect. It's about finding bright colors that help us see that there are good things in life. Okay. So I have a peacock teal right now. And I'm literally just asking myself, why did I grab that? Well, because I love it. Let's put it on there. And then I'm going to go from the other side. just like that. And then I think I'm gonna go over here. So see, there is some paint left, and I'm just gonna try and make a stamp with it. Do you think it'll work? I wonder. All right, it did. Yep. Oh, I like that. Clean that. If I were to take this exercise or this page a notch, take it up a notch, I would probably look for maybe a white Posca pen or a white gel pen, something that would write well and that would put nice white color, and then start adding journaling thoughts, little journaling entries into, I'm trying to decide which way I want to go, up or down here, into the blocks of color. There's plenty of different blocks of color. Here that can be used for different entries, like listing the things that you're grateful for. Oh, I'm making a mess. Of course I am. Okay. Trying to think. Okay, I want to brighten up this corner a little bit and figure out what's happening here. But you see, did you notice how all the things that we put in here, they kind of slowly starting to disappear? Let's go maybe this way. And just a touch, just a touch. So start thinking, what would you write in here? What would you put in these little spaces? What are your blessings? What makes you happy? I'm just picking this paint off of here. Just breaking it up a little. Kind of finding big shapes and adding smaller pieces of color to it. Okay, so I'm gonna spread this maybe this way. What's in here? So I'm just going around and picking up blobs of paint, which are not, like, you can leave them, if you like some texture. But I do know that this kind of texture makes it hard to write on. So if you want to add a journaling entry to this page, it would be a little bit hard to write if there's a whole lot of texture of acrylic paint on here. Okay, let me grab some more of this, just on the tip. And I'm gonna add some right into this black. There, oh, it needed it. Oh my gosh, now I want it on all the black that I have here. That feels good. That felt so good. Maybe here, there. You can tell, right? You can tell. I really like my teals on my journaling pages. Yep. So I'm just picking up a little bit because I do not want them to be textured, as I just said. Just picking them up and scraping them onto something else. All right. So do you think you will use this for journaling? Do you think you will write something on here? How does it make you feel? How did it make you feel to be able to cover all of the negative stuff with bright colors and start thinking about good things in life and blessings and gratitude and all of that? I hope it brought something good for you. So the thing that you need to know here is that before closing this page, you really want to make sure it has time to dry, at least 24 hours. You want to keep it open, otherwise it's going to stick together. But other than that, I cannot wait for you to open the next page and do it with me next time. See you later.